All right. We like to talk about celebrations here
We do.
and anniversaries,
Yes.
birthdays, and things.
Semi-quincentennials.
The semi-quincentennials. We like those. We always celebrate those
We
when we have
do.
the opportunity. And we've got John Carlton here to talk about Frankfort's semi-quincentennial.
Yes. Well, so actually, it's not Frankfort's.
Okay.
It's
Oh, that's right,
Of
of the
the-
survey.
of
of
You're
the
right. I
survey,
apologize.
which
I
led to the
misspoke.
founding of Frankfort.
Thank you for correcting me.
So, yeah, a lot of people get
That's
that.
usually
It's all right.
Kathy's job. I'll appreciate yours.
So, on July 16th, 1773, a group of surveyors and explorers came through Kentucky, speculating for land, and one of them was Hancock Taylor, who had been with the Thomas Bullitt Company, and the Bullitt Company and the McAfee Company kind of joined somewhere in West Virginia, the Kanawha River, and started moving into following the Ohio River to the Kentucky, and then made their way down to Frankfort, crossed the Kentucky River at Leestown on July 16th, and entered what they called the Great Meadow on the river. Of course, Frankfort is floodplain land, and so it was just a beautiful meadow to
Is
them.
the Great Meadow downtown?
Yes,
That side of
so
the
that
river?
would be on either side of Fort Hill, the
Okay.
North Frankfort and the Plantin Acres side.
Okay.
So they first went down to Cove Spring, made a mark there, loved it, and then came down to North Frankfort, and right at the corner of Ann Street and Main Street, towards the river, made their first survey mark of Frankfort at the request of one of the other explorers, Robert McAfee. And so that's why, if anybody has seen the concrete globe that sits at Whitaker Bank,
Okay.
that's why that marker was there. It was originally, it was placed there in 1886 for Frankfort's centennial. And it
Okay.
used to sit down by the limestone wall at the end of Ann Street by the river.
Okay.
Long story, it fell into the river at one point.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a
It's
good
been
story
retrieved.
with that.
There is it's a very mysterious story that is not completely resolved. But anyway, so this, in about 2016, the federal government started what they called the semi-quincentennial, that's why,
Semi-quincentennial.
sesquicentennial or semi-quincentennial commission to start celebrating events that led to the founding of America, which will be our 250th anniversary will be in 2026.
Yeah.
So for Frankfort and Franklin County, this was the catalyst. This was the event that spawned all the other following events. This happened in 1773. Leestown was settled in 1775 and became an official town in 1776. Frankfort was founded in 1786. Kentucky became a state in 1792, and Frankfort its capital. Then Franklin County was founded in 1795. So this event really started everything. And so we will be celebrating, very important 250th anniversaries for the next 2 decades.
Yeah, it's good. We're learning how to say the words now, so
Yes.
we can be prepared
It's practice,
in the
yes.
future as we get to do more and more of these. You talked about Leestown.
Yes.
Where was Leestown? Like, where is it? Like
Where
now?
Buffalo Trace is.
Okay.
So if you've been to Commodore Richard Taylor's cabin,
Okay.
that's where Freddie Johnson usually does the tour. That was one of the first structures
In Leestown.
in the area, and so we're still lucky, of course, to have that. But anyway, to celebrate this event, several of us in the community, myself, Jessica Stavros with Liberty Hall, Penny Peevler with the city, Judge Mueller and Deputy Judge Kennedy, and Diane Dehoney, and I know I'm going to forget somebody. And First Christian Church have gotten together, and we've come to put 2 events together. On the 15th, Saturday, July 15th, we're having a symposium with four guests, and Richard Taylor is going to be the moderator. And Richard actually is, everybody knows he wrote the Elkhorn and wrote The Great Crossing about Leestown. He's going to be the moderator, and he's actually a descendant of Hancock Taylor's uncle.
Oh, okay.
So
And he
it's-
literally wrote the book.
and he literally wrote the book. So the experts that we have giving this symposium are Drew Williams, who is now the acting state geologist for the Kentucky Geological Survey, to kind of set the groundwork, so to speak.
Yes.
To talk about the geology of Frankfort. Why is it important? You know, obviously the limestone plays an important role in the crops, which, the foliage, which then attracts wildlife such as buffalo, who then made the Buffalo Trace, which then attracted the natives. And of course, the explorers followed suit. And then to talk about the natives, we have Tressa Brown with the Kentucky Heritage Council's Native American Heritage Commission to talk about the native presence. Then we have Emily Preston with the James Herod Trust, and she is the sixth great-granddaughter of Robert McAfee, the first owner of the Survey of Frankfort. And of course, when they left here, they went to Harrodsburg and founded Harrodsburg, which became the first town in Kentucky.
Okay.
And then she's going to talk about the expedition, and then we have Candy Atkinson with the Secretary of State's office, Land Office, to talk about how those early surveys influenced the municipal development of Frankfort and Franklin County, and Kentucky at large, really. And then Sunday, so that marker that sits at Main Street and Ann Street is also known as Frankfort's Cornerstone.
Right.
So we're going to have a rededication ceremony to celebrate the survey, the survey's 250th anniversary, and we've got a ton of people who are going to be there. The New Saxton's Cornet Band, they played at the 1899 rededication of the marker.
Wow, so they've been around.
Well, yes, this is a new iteration, but the original Professor Saxton's Cornet Band, which was out of Lexington, they played all around Kentucky since the 1810s, 1820s.
Okay.
But they're going to be providing special music thanks
Okay.
to the city of Frankfort. And we've got tons of local and state dignitaries. Richard Taylor is the guest orator, and Emily Preston is also a guest speaker as well.
Cool.
So don't miss out on that. The New Saxton's Cornet Band really focuses on reenacting and recreating the music of the Victorian era through the
Right.
Civil War.
Okay.
So
And they're in.
they are
full
in
deal,
all
yeah.
the regalia
Yes,
and
yeah.
everything, yes. So
All right, so that's happening Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday, yes.
Okay.
The symposium is Saturday at 12
Yeah.
at noon at Paul Sawyer Library, and the marker rededication ceremony is at First Christian Church at 1:30.
Okay. And we're going to be there. Cable 10 will be there to
Yes.
cover that. And
Both
so-
events, if you're not able, but the calendar is full
Yes. Sure.
this weekend. If you're not able to come, it's okay. Both events will be recorded by Cable 10
That's right.
Documented.
Documented,
Documented
yes.
and archived.
and archived.
But you should get out this weekend and check that out.
Absolutely.
For sure. Well, if people want to learn more about it, do you have to register for this or anything like that?
The Paul Sawyer Library prefers you to register, and you can
Okay.
do that at their website.
Okay.
Just go to their calendar and then register there.
That's at pspl.org.
.org.
Yeah.
Yes. And we don't get 250th anniversaries often.
Right.
And you only get them once.
Just
So
one time.
come if you can. We'd appreciate it.
Excellent.
Well, it's exciting. I always find it's so fascinating to me how these places get found, and you explained it really well about how, the geology and the plants, and then the buffalo, and then the natives, and right. But it's like, how do we
Absolutely.
pick this spot right here? This is a great spot.
This looks good.
It looks good.
Right.
Pretty. It's
Yeah.
pretty. It looks nice.
I mean, they did surveying, at that time in the 1770s. There were a lot. It was a highly volatile time. You had the British, the colonists, the Spaniards, all vying for land, and really, and then of course that led to James Wilkinson's betrayal of the United States, because the Spanish had control of the Mississippi, and he really wanted in on the trade.
Okay.
So
Power.
Yes.
So it always comes down
Power
to money,
and greed.
right?
Yeah.
Well, as we always say, when you're here, or when Jessica is here.
And Ellie, yes,
and
Capital
Ellie.
City Museum is also part of this. I knew that was that was the one I was
Absolutely.
forgetting. So.
We love hearing the stories about that really tie us to where we live, and just give us a better insight on the place that we call home. And
Absolutely.
It's so interesting. So anytime you all have the opportunity to come and also share these events, we invite you to do that.
Well, thank you so much. And just to make up for forgetting the Capital City Museum, if you want to learn more about this event before you get there, or if you're going to miss it, the first 2 chapters in Capital on Kentucky.
That book's been around for a while.
There we go. Anyway, that's covered here as well. And the Capital City Museum has them for sale
Oh, wow.
in their bookstore.
All
There
right.
you go. Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank
John.
you all
Come
for having
back.
me. I appreciate
We'll
it.
see you soon.
So what comes after the semi-quincentennial?
Oh, gosh.
What's the 300? It's 300
That's one I'm not prepared
Are
for.
we gonna be around for that?
Well, so it would be the tricentennial.
Okay.
Tricentennial.
All right.
Yeah, fingers crossed we'll make it.
Right.
All right, John. Thank you so much
Thank
for coming.
Thank you all.
See you
Appreciate
next
it.
time.